welcome back to another ETS Profile. My name is Christine Richards, and I'm the Research Director here at Zpryme. And we're excited today to have Jared Huke, who is the VP of Design for ChaiOne. Thanks for joining us, Jared.
Thanks for having me.
Tell us a little bit about ChaiOne and what's going on there.
Well, ChaiOne is a really interesting company. We're an enterprise mobility company that focuses on designing business transformation solutions for large energy clients. So a lot of oil and gas and more in the utility space, generation, retail, all of that.
Excellent. Now we were talking a little bit before this interview about mobile, and initially mobile was all about fun social media apps. It wasn't something that was necessary for people's lives, and now it's becoming a lot more mission critical and something that's really important to have going. What does that mean? How does
Absolutely.
that change things?
I mean, I think that mobility started very modestly with a lot of these Fortune 500 companies. It was corporate email, things of that nature. But now you're getting into things like actual process control, data visualization, data capture, site assessments, things that are really fundamental to how the businesses are working. And this is yielding a transformation in the way they're working, but it requires the right process and the right tools to really make sure that you're measuring and managing that and not just sort of throwing some technology into that space and hoping that it all works out. I think that there's one of the challenges in doing mobility at the enterprise level successfully is the intimacy that you have with the users. So things like wearables, things like mobile applications, these are on your body, in your pocket. They're contextually aware, they're sometimes very personal, and they come with a certain amount of risk as well. I mean, vibrations and things like augmented reality and all of this stuff, if you bring it into people's jobs, whether they're driving or on a ladder or in some remote space, you need to make sure that you're rolling that out correctly and safely.
Absolutely. Now, we've talked a lot here about transformation and change happening within utility companies. And what you've been talking about is, going from having email on your phone to having augmented and virtual reality for utility companies. How do companies start to make that transformation and start to bring it into their organizations?
Well, at ChaiOne, we really do focus on enhancing human performance. So everything that we do, we frame in a lens that's capturing the business needs and the real user requirements. And I think that's a really key part of that is just as I was saying earlier, applying the technology isn't the solution. It's about measuring the human performance and then bringing the right technology in there at the right time to enhance that performance. And so if you come into it with that lens, you will, I think you'll make the right decisions, and you'll be able to understand if that shiny object is actually illuminating or distracting.
Now we've been talking here at ETS16 about the role of humans in technology and how that's been changing. So with a lot of these mobile applications, we're talking about people that may have not been used to using a lot of technology now having to do that. How do you start to bring in those people and bring them along?
It's really fun, actually. That's one of the parts of my job I really enjoy the most, is dealing with some of the grumpiest curmudgeons out on drilling platforms or things of that nature, people with fingers about that big. And one of my favorite measures of success was what was called the float test. So this is designing a site assessment for drilling platforms. And the drilling foreman said that if this UI isn't easy to use, it better float, because they just fling them off the side of the drilling platform. So a lot of things get broken out in the field that people that have low UAT, things that are not designed for the users in mind, don't survive some of the rigor of their day. A lot of accidental maintenance and things like that. So, that's why we make sure that when we're coming out there that people don't feel like we're the Bobs. We're here to measure their performance and all of that stuff. What we try to do is really look at it in the way that we are freeing up their taking the mundane, tedious part out of their day so they can focus at what they're really good at, which is, discovering or producing energy. And so, that's the level of rigor. So there's that enhancing their performance and helping them be more empowered is really kind of the foundation of what we do.
Oh, that's a great approach.
Yeah.
Well, great. Thank you so much for taking the time to join us today. We appreciate it.
It was really my pleasure. Thank you.